What's up, everybody? So we are on chapter 4 of .com secrets, and we have covered 3 chapters of this book. The first chapter was the secret formula. The second chapter was, what was the second chapter? The second chapter was the value ladder, and the third chapter was the bridge between value ladder and the funnel. Right. So today is the fourth chapter, which is how to find out your dream customers. And I think this is the biggest problem of every business. Every business wants to have customer. Every business wants to have clients. Every business want to have tons of sales, tons of business, but no one is focusing on one thing, which is that thing, that is customers. That is like, how are you really tapping into your customers? So this chapter is focused over that area. So let's get this started. So your dream customers, right? In the first chapter, we learned about your customers. Who are your customer? Where are they hanging out? The bait you can use to attract them, and the result they are looking for, right? So in this chapter, Russell Brunson shares a very important concept, which is about congregations. What is congregations? In Hindi, we call this jhund, gathering. Like, people are hanging out together online. So in this chapter, Russell Brunson shares his story when he was in college. So Russell Brunson is a wrestling champion. So in his college, like, he saw that all of his college buddies are visiting the website themat.com, where they can find latest things happening in the wrestling industry, how players are like doing things, how matches are happening. So he find out that everyone in his college room, like whoever was fan of wrestling, was on that particular website and was checking that. And at the same time, like, as they were in some college, so there are hundreds of colleges all over the world, and people and students in those colleges as well are active at the very same time on the very same website. So what is that? That means, like, all of the people who love wrestling, who are interested in wrestling. So if you have any product related to wrestling, like a training, a coaching, a program, gloves, or like suits, whatever you have, so how many chances are that people would buy products from you? There are too many, because they are your dream customers, right? So that is the thing. That's the power of congregations. Like, people, he also shares one another story over here. That is the story of church. Like, suppose if you follow Jesus, right? So everyone who follows Jesus would be visiting church at the very same time. And if you want to sell something related to that product, so what would be the best place to sell that product? That would be church, right? So you just have to go to the church and display your message, like, hey, we sell flowers, or we sell candles, or whatever the products are related to churches, and you would instantly wouldn't be making tons of sales, right? That's what people do inside, like outside our temples. Outside the temples, you will be finding like flowers, and there are tons of like coconuts and sindoor and tons of things like that. So they have figured out that their dream customers are hanging out near this place, and they just find out a place, right? So but so that is about how people are hanging out offline in temples, church, clubs, gyms. And like, there are a couple of things, like, if you have to find out someone who is interested in cricket, where you would find out that person? You would be finding that person in a playground, right? And there are such playgrounds in every city of the country, right? So there are hundreds of people who are playing in their playgrounds every single day. And where are they hanging out when they're not in the playground? On the cricket websites, on Hotstar Live, or on Crickbuzz, on websites like that, right? So if you have something for those fans, suppose if you have Mahi t-shirt, or if you want to sell Virat Kohli t-shirt, or if you want to sell like anything related to cricket, so what is the best source? Like, you just have to go those places. So in offline world, there are different places where people are congregating, where they are hanging out. And in online world, there are different people where they are hanging out, right? So in online world, they are hanging out in Facebook groups, they are hanging out in forums, they are hanging out in blogs, they have like tons of different micro communities on Facebook groups and on other media platforms, right? So like that was about congregation, the importance of congregation, how you can find out people hanging out. Like this is one of our core primary strategy where we try to find out people in Facebook groups, like in the relevant Facebook groups. How to find out those Facebook groups? Just type a couple of keywords related to your industry and you'll find people in the Facebook groups, right? It's that easy. So the next question is, what are the questions you should ask to yourself or to your business if you have to tap into these congregations? So the number one question is, who is your target market? So here in this section, Russell Benson explained that target market is not on the basis of demographics. So he mentioned that if you'll ask this question, a lot of people would reply like, my target market is 25 to 36 female living in this particular area, and etc etc. So yeah, he said, yeah, that was the time when we could have only these demographics, but now we can hyper target people. People are now like habitual of getting very relevant messages. Like if someone has his birthday next week, if someone has his birthday next month, we can target like such kind of demographics as well. If someone has high net worth, if someone is frequent traveler, if someone like is like someone is engaged shopper on websites, right? So we can target into hypermarket. So we need to go beyond that. Like my customer would be someone who used to like red color, who failed in college, who didn't have much success, who struggled a lot, who have tried tons of things but failed in the end. So that is my dream customer. So I have to like tap into hyper targeting, and after that I should create my message according to that. So that's the number one question every business should ask according to Russell Benson: who is your target market? And then we have second question. The second question is the most important question: where are your target market hanging out? Where are they congregating? So where are the groups? Where are they hanging out? Where you can find all those people? Like if there is some place where you can find those people. Suppose if you want to advertise for golf products or something, what would be the best place? The best place would be airport, not a general bogie of railway, right? So that's the importance of finding out the people, your dream people, right? So where are they hanging out? Online, where are they spending most of their time? Which newspapers they might have subscribed to? What blogs do they read? What Facebook groups they are part of? Are they even on Facebook or on Instagram or on some social media channels? Are they using Pinterest or Snapchat or TikTok? What social media platforms do they like? What keywords are they searching on Google? And what books are they buying on Amazon? So all of these things. Suppose if someone, why is this important? Why is this job important? So if know someone, like if suppose my list has 100,000 people and your target customers are hanging out in my email list, then you can just simply reach me. Hey Deepak, I would like to sponsor an email and just let me know your charges. So with just one single mail, you have reached all those 100,000 people, right? So that's why it is very important to find out where your target market, where your people are hanging out. So Russell Brunson mentions that internet is a huge mountain. Internet is just a huge mountain, and finding your ideal customer is like finding gold inside this big mountain. That's the only job as an entrepreneur you have. Your job as a marketer is to find that gold out, and once you find a little bit of gold, then you can just dig deeper, deeper and deeper and find out more. You know, like whoever is doing online advertising here knows this perfectly well, that once we get 10, 20 or 50 sales with any like page or then it's very easy for us to get 500 sales, 500 sales, 5,000 sales or 50,000 sales. The only struggle is to get first 50 sales. So that's what Russell Benson mentions here. So once you find out little bit of code, then you can just dig deeper, deeper, deeper and deeper, and you can find out more. You just have to catch the trail of that particular code. That's what you have to do. So now the third question here is, how can you get a customer to leave the congregation, check out your page? So here the thing is, like, you are watching your most favorite show, and how difficult it would be to take your attention of that show and show at some other place. That would be very, very difficult, right? So that's not an easy job, because you love someone, you are on YouTube and listening your favorite songs and you get some ad. No one likes that, right? So here Russell Brunson shares the story of National Enquirer newspaper. So National Enquirer newspaper is one of the biggest US newspaper, and like when people are on newspaper stand, he says that people have just a couple of seconds to decide which newspaper they have to buy, right? But National Enquirer newspaper have some catchy headlines, awesome headlines, that a person like instantly falls into, yeah, he should have to buy that particular newspaper. So just showing you a couple of headlines from this newspaper. So like you can see, so Baz's divorce, the cheating photos that ended his marriage. So an open-ended question, an exciting question, a hook. Like if anyone who would read check this first page, inside his $144 billion split. So that seems sketchy. And next thing is like what these billionaires are doing inside Tom's House of Horrors, right? So these are a couple of headlines. What billionaires are hiding catches the attention of people, and doing all of these things, right? So that's how, like, having the right hook is very, very important if you want to, if you want people to leave the congregation and check out your page. So in the last, Russell Brunson mentions your job as an entrepreneur. It's like this was new and important thing for me as well. I hear this every day, but today, this thing, like, as this was destined for me. So he says, Hardik, this is the discussion we were making before this session. So he says your role as an entrepreneur is to understand all the strategies, then hiring the right people to do all this. He explains that with the example of, like, with the example of a building contractor, that a building contractor understand everything, right? He understand the foundation, he understand the labor work, he understand the contractor work, he understand that he needs carpentry work, he understand that he needs electricity, electrical wirings, but he can't do everything himself. He really can do everything himself, right? What he does is he collects all the people required to do the job in a single roof, organizes them in particular way, and gets the job done. And that's the way building is prepared. If he would try to do everything himself, then this would be really impossible to create the building, right? Like, to construct the building. So that's what he says in this chapter. He says, don't lose yourself in doing all these yourself. You don't have to do all these yourself. You just need to find out the right people for the job and delegate them the job. And your role is to prepare the strategies. You have to bring out the ideas. You have to understand the best moves, the best strategies, and then hiring the right people, and then train them and like make them work. So up next, in the next chapter, that's all about this particular chapter. And the next chapter will be discussing the strategy behind three types of traffic, the most important three types of traffic. And we will point the only goal we should have when driving traffic online. So that is going to be the most important chapter. So that's all about chapter 4, how to find out your dream customers. Now, FAQ session. Hardik, any question you have or anything you want to discuss related to your question or business? Yeah. All good?
Not as of now. Kind of all things are almost cleared through this last entrepreneur. What our role is as an entrepreneur.
Exactly.
Everything is
That was
cleared
eye
now.
opener for me as well today. Like when I learned this thing again, that's why we have to read one book again and again and again, because the same text mean different thing for you. So like 1.5 years
Yeah.
back when I read this thing, your role as an entrepreneur, at that particular time I didn't understand that statement very, very well, because at that point
Yes.
of time I was collecting the dots, I was trying to understand, I was trying making things happen, I was searching for the best strategies available. But yeah, now things are almost clear. Now everything is settled, and now my job is to save as much time as I can for myself, to read more books, to find more people, to network with more people, and to scale things exponentially. That's my job these days. So yeah, this was the same thing we were discussing before this session, right?
Yeah. 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 Everything what I understand here, that things start making sense at some point of life or other.
Yeah,
The same things were of no sense when I read back then, and now
exactly.
they are making so much sense,
Yeah, I'm making
and I can relate to them.
even like
Yeah.
even I can relate to the last statement, your role as an entrepreneur. So yeah,
Yeah. 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 Sure.
That's something. So yeah, that was all about chapter 4, how to find out your dream customers. If you are doing any sort of business, if you want to be any source of business, doesn't matter even if you are doing business, even if you're doing a job, then you need to find out the right company for you, right? So to find out the right company, you'll have to find out what they do, where are they hanging out, who is the right person to contact, and like whether you should contact the HR, you should contact the CEO. When I look for opportunities in companies, I directly reach CEOs most of the time, finding them on LinkedIn or on Facebook or on Indeed. There are tons of different options. It's about you, who is the concerned person. In your case, if you're doing a job, then the concerned person is the HR or CEO who would be hiring you directly. That would be the right person, right? And then you have to find out where are they hanging out. If they hang out in a park, then I will start walking in that park every single day. If my dream customer would be walking in a park, if my dream customer would be hanging in a club, then I would love to go to club every day in the same club he's going to. If he's hanging out in a 5-star hotel, I'll find him in a 5-star hotel, but I'll find him, I'll build a connection with him, and then I'll get whatever I want from that, my dream customer. So that's the whole strategy. It's up to you how you use those things. So all good. See you tomorrow with the next chapter on traffic and the types of traffic. Bye bye. Have a good day.